year, item number 21. So Mr. Quang is not in the room, so we'll leave it to Mr. Van Hennett or Ms. McLeod.
There's a page missing off the end of your financial report.
Your Worship, this is a joint thing that Mr. Manhennett and I do. So I take the first part, which is about the business plan and what progress we've made to date, and then he follows up with the financials associated with that, and we work through page by page.
Are you standing on a cord or something? Stop. That's fine. All good. Nothing in this year's budget, so please don't wreck it. Stop ringing you.
It's getting hot now.
Okay, so we'll do it page by page if you like, and please feel free to, answer questions. But we're working on page 21 bar 1, which are your active milestones up to February 2011. There is 12% slippage in here, and the reasons why. Anybody want to come in on that page? This page you've just been handed is the last page of this agenda item, which we can get to. 10 out of 14 milestones are generally on track, and the projects are financially on track. Any comment? No comment? Right, moving over to the pages. 21 bar 2. Starting with the annual plan, you can see that's on track, it's on budget. Urban Commercial Industrial Structure Plan. The adoption of the structure plan is done, so that completes the structure plan process, and the expenditure was on budget. Anybody here want to question anything on this page? All fairly self-explanatory. Okay, nothing. Moving on to 21 bar 3. Which mentions Enterprise Great Lake Taupo. Post-election governance package.
That's been sorted.
I hear talk of that today, and it has been accepted by the Remuneration Office, although there's something about the chairperson's remuneration has to be taken out of the total package pool rather than 50-50, which we were doing before, which was 50% from the pool and 50% from the Turangi-Tongariro rate bucket. His salary must now all come out of 9,000 odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll give you $2.
And apparently that's all getting sorted in-house as we speak, which is taking a little bit of a tedious amount of time, but it's a tedious job by the sound of it. Yes. And you will get to the bottom of it very shortly, I'm hoping, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, and I think this is other councils around the country are also experiencing a little bit of difficulty this year as well. So.
Okay, anything on 21.3? No. Oh, Councillor.
Just on that, Deputy CEO, have we put a submission into our concerns over the 30k limit?
We wrote to Local Government New Zealand, expressing our concern with the view to try and engender or try and encourage other councils to kind of join in as well. Now, we haven't actually had a reply back on that, but certainly, as you directed, we did take that action.
Okay, moving on to 21 bar 4. Design and Stage 1 AC bars refurbishment, post-ETA enhancements which are going on. Review of the Waste 2010, the Way Forward Waste Minimisation Act. As you can see, they're all in green. So they're on target, on budgets. Moving to 21.5. Well, you can see the Taupo Wastewater Treatment Plant upgrade decision on tender. Well, we did that today. So that can now turn green. Questions there? Councillor Williams?
I sort of fired a bit of a bolt through the organisational development project when I called for the restructure. Not that I don't place a lot of pride and emphasis on organisational development. In fact, I do. And I was actually very pleased to see an article in a widely circulated Australian local government magazine this week called Council Manager, which heralded the great organisational development work that we've done and the award that we won last year. And it mentioned that restructure in terms of the fact that we would have only been able to achieve the outcomes of the structure because of the trust that we developed with our staff over the last three and a half years to work our way towards that restructure. The organisational development project has about 90 different little activities that we undertake to change the way we do things, the way we work. That will definitely continue as time goes on, but in terms of last year's project programme that we developed, we actually chopped it off at the knees and said, no, we've got to get into this restructure, and then we'll reprogram everything for next year and then get back into the routine, reanalysing what we do and whether improvements can be made. And that's the key to organisational development, is constantly looking at ourselves to make sure that we change appropriately.
So that page you were handed out is the missing page at the back of your Taupo District Council performance report. It actually pertains to the multi-year fund borrowing, etc. Mr. Van Elk?
Yeah. We have a bit of a timing issue now that you are getting your agendas quite a bit earlier than previously. Previously you received your agendas on the Friday before council meeting. They're now 3 or 4 days earlier than that. As far as the financials are concerned, it's just about impossible for us to get the financials completed in time for that earlier distribution of the agenda. You can see these financials are to the 28th of February, which is the first time we've produced financials for the month just ended. By the time we do the cut-off, because we've got to allow ourselves a period of time after the end of the month to do the cut-off as far as creditors and things of this nature is concerned, we're really struggling to get them completed and printed within the 3-week period we've got for the distribution of agendas. So hence that's the reason why you've received them separate to the actual printed papers. Notwithstanding that, the benchmark's now been set to try and get you financials from the month just ended, and as I say, it's the first time we've actually achieved that.
Well, I'm actually quite amazed because this is to the 28th of February. Hell, we're only at the 28th of March, and we've never had. I would have expected these at the April meeting.
Yes.
So, okay, is it? I'm congratulating you by all means on doing that, but is it prudent to be doing that, or?
Well, our other concern was it's been a couple of months since council has received financials because of the Christmas period and things of that nature, and we didn't want it to extend another meeting without you at least having some heads up that actuals are still pretty much in line with plan, and that the Treasury Management Report shows that we are in accordance with the Treasury Management Policy that the Council set for us.
Okay, so, well, we've got them in front of us now. Do you want to go through them page by page, Tim, or take them as read, or what would you... first question I'd actually like to ask you, would you prefer to have these like the month straight after, like we've just received this? I think very commendable of the staff, but I'm wondering if these shouldn't have actually have come in the April meeting and had them at home for 4 or 5 days before, or like staff are working their tails off to get them out. But is that what you want? They do them every 2 months, so we're in 2 monthly blocks, 6 times a year.
No, we do them monthly.
Oh, monthly?
Yeah.
So that means that February's you're receiving in March. I just think February's you should be getting in April. March you should be getting in May. I don't know. You have time to ponder that because it's a long day. There's a lot of numbers here on the paper. I mean, on the face of it, when you go down and you look at the graphs, they're reading really well. We're tracking well. But there is a lot of numbers in here. So give us a steer here that we can tell management that, yeah, hey, congratulations, good on you. and it's lovely to have them, or do you want to put them off another month and have them a little bit longer before we actually meet? Councillor Williams? To make that possible, we have to do what I'm saying. We have to congratulate you for trying hard, Mr. Manhattan, but I think we should have February's in April, and that should be with the agenda on when the agenda's produced.
We're happy to do that because there's
Quite
evidence on.
happy with that.
Sorry, there's evidence on page 2 of just how rushed these were, because you look at the bottom graph on page 2, there's no description underneath it.
It's too rushed.
Yeah, that's how rushed, and also the final page that was just handed out today.
I think that proves that it's too rushed. So
yeah.
Let's have a look at these in this instance, but in future, let's have them in our. But we won't be expectant to have them the month following. We will give you a month's grace, and we would expect February's in April, March is in May, etc.
Thank you.
So, Councillor Henderson?
Yeah, just I think it's not so important when we get them in terms of the period, but just we get them in plenty of time to be able to actually read them prior to the meeting.
Give them time, they can't produce.
Yep, fine.
Issue. Now, so in this instance, we'll take these as read unless somebody's got something glaringly they want to go through with. But I want you to take these home, read them, and I'm quite happy for anyone to email any questions or anything through to me or Mr. Manhattan, and to raise them if you think there's something that needs raising, or raise them now if you'd like. Councillor Williams?
Yes, we'll put them in the April meeting.
We also have a resolution here. We have to that the Taupo District Performance Report to the 28th February be received. All we're doing is receiving them. So they're in your hand. You've received them. So I ask for a move on that and take them home, and and we can regurgitate it at another time. Councillor Williams, move. Yep. Second, Councillor Johnson. All those in favour to receive them? Thank you. So carried.